Hey guys, you are watching AfterBuzz TV. Rob and Chyna. Stay tuned because we have a great show for you. We have some baby mama drama, so don't go anywhere.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AfterBuzz TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
Slow song we got here.
Slow songs for such an emotional roller coaster of an episode. This is Tink, Men. So if you guys have not heard this song, I would. If you've ever had a headache from men, it's slow, but you know what I mean? It's
yes,
true.
Yes, please, that's me. Hey guys, you are watching Rob and Chyna Season 1, Episode 2. Yeah, so I wasn't here last week. Was any of you guys? Were you all here last week?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't here last week.
We missed her though. We missed her.
I know. I had some previous engagements, but it's okay.
Getting her a coin.
Yes, I am here now, and we got a great show for you guys. Of course, probably the whole season is going to be baby mama drama, but you know, that's why it's good. I mean, who doesn't like some drama?
Right.
All right, so let's start off with. I feel like one of the main characters is going to be Scott. I feel like he's going to be a huge part of this show. Mm-hmm. And I feel like, are you guys happy about that, first of all?
I'm fine with him.
Yeah, I love Scott.
I love Scott.
He definitely adds to the show, for sure.
What do you guys think? Do you guys like Scott?
I like Scott. I think Scott is, like I said last episode, he's really getting his money. He's on all of these shows. And I think he's really adding on to the fun, to the playful side. We need his sense of humor, definitely.
Yeah, but because there's probably going to be so much fighting that we need something fun. And what I was thinking when they came out with this series, I was shocked because Rob, because of his weight, he didn't want to be on like the last couple seasons of the Kardashians, and now he's like, let me just get my own show. I was like, wait, what? I was really confused.
That is so random.
But all right, so I'm looking to see what we got here. So yeah, Chyna, basically what they were talking about was they both fight like all the time, and Chyna always gets over it and wants to make up, and he's just like, I don't know if I'm ready to do that. He's had a hard past with his last relationships. I mean, what do you guys think about that, and can you guys relate to that at all?
Yeah, absolutely. I think that Chyna is trying so hard because she's not suffering with this sort of emotional depression of insecurity that he has, and I think that she's seen himself be strong and she's missing that all the time, trying to bring it back out of him. And he is like, he's got to take his time. Anyone who's going through sort of a transition within his life of even having a child, he's got so many different ankles that he's got to get ready for. And he was saying that himself. He's like, it's not you at all. Like, I love you. I think you're great. I just got to get myself together. And therefore, I don't really want to spend too much time with you. But all I'm thinking is, the time is now because you can't put, okay, but this date I'll be ready. Like, no, you won't. Like, you have to literally start now because it's only going to get harder the more you put it off. And Chyna, surprisingly, she seemed very patient with him, but I don't think she's going to be patient with him very long.
I feel like with Rob, I think that the show is going to do a lot good for him. I think with Scott, like what we were saying, Scott being on the show, he's definitely the brother figure that Rob needs to walk him through these things. So I feel like Chyna, I think the more that she gets really close with the Kardashian family, I feel like she's going to start to find the right method to help him out through this.
Because Scott has 3 kids, and he's been through it even with his hard time. So, yeah, I think he's good for this.
Definitely. I just think that Rob is just, really trying to work on himself. I just think he should, I don't know how to put it in words. I just think he should just fight a little bit harder. Just come out a little bit on top with this depression. Don't let it keep beating him like he's doing so well. Don't let it just, keep tearing him down. Pretty much.
Yeah. I mean, he needs to be more secure, but it's easier said than done. I think, he's always talking about his past, his girlfriend's cheating on him, and I've never had anybody cheat on me, fortunately, but your past does play into it even when you don't want it to, and it messes with your self-confidence. I mean, can you guys relate to that?
Yeah, I've
Yeah,
never.
for sure.
I mentioned actually in the last after show that I personally don't know to my knowledge that I've been cheated on, and I can vouch like with all of my heart that I'm sure that I haven't been. But I do understand how that, of course, just it doesn't. It even if it's not cheating, I can relate to having my trust being broken by a family member or a friend, and then every person after that, you can't help but use that experience as a reference. But it's really important that I think that he tries to focus on the fact that she is not that person. Give her a chance and judge her for who she has proven to be, because once you see that, once you accept and like really allow it to be a clean slate, then you can go after, if she does something that is, breaking your heart, then you can actually use that as, proof to be upset. But don't like just go off of your emotions, because it's not gonna help anybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I relate where he's coming from. I feel like he's, the person who did it before, who was allegedly Rita Ora.
I was thinking Adrienne Bailon, but that was a while ago.
I thought
No,
it
that
was
was
too,
wrong. She
but
cheated
they
on him.
clarified,
Yeah.
last episode.
He cheated on her.
Right, allegedly. Rita Ora.
Yeah.
But I just think, like, that was her. Like, let Chyna be her own self. Like you were saying, like, just let her have her own little path, her own little, like...
Story, right.
Story, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, don't put everything on Chyna. Chyna's not that girl.
That has to be the worst feeling, to have to, have to deal with all the past things that he's gone through, because like what we're all saying, Chyna is a new situation. So if he were to look at things from just a perspective of, this is a new relationship, new vibes, new everything, then this relationship is going to definitely get better.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, speaking of something more positive and better, let's move on to when Chyna gets her tongue pierced this episode. So, there's a lot of drama, all that. But I mean, I think it was a good switch up. It was something fun. Let me first say that the twins from Hef, which, I mean, that was a long time ago. How different do they look?
They look so different.
Oh my God.
They look incredibly different.
Until you said something I had no clue it was
I
them.
don't know what show they were on, some reality show, and I almost want to say it was about plastic surgery.
Botched.
Maybe that's what it was. I was like, because the only plastic surgery show that I've seen is Botched, and yes, their whole brand is we have to look exactly the same on whatever surgery we have. So that was the the whole plot around it was
I didn't
like
see them on that.
they were just trying to make sure, like, listen, we trust you, physician, but make sure we look the same, because everything we do is the same. But yeah, if anyone watched The Girls Next Door when they were with Hugh Hefner at 18 years old, they looked insanely different, but they still have the very childish personality, very bubbly, just like Hef likes them. But it's interesting because I was like, Chyna is best friends. I mean, come on. She may have a lot of best friends, but these are the best friends that she chose to publicize and bring onto her show. I mean, am I crazy for saying that they are some of the biggest famous gold diggers, or at least like money? I'm just saying, maybe they're not gold diggers. Maybe they just obviously wanted that platform through a sex, like, I mean, the number one like sex company, Playboy. You decided to be, girlfriends with one of the most famous men who
That was a
dates
while ago, though.
many
That was a
women.
minute ago.
Forgot about them.
It was, but I'm just thinking, like, I thought it was interesting to see that Chyna of all people is best friends with these girls. I don't know. But yeah,
So random.
They definitely looked insanely different. And yeah, that was horrible to see that tongue ring.
Yeah.
I was surprised they showed the whole thing.
What was your favorite?
Like, you're pregnant getting a
What was your guys' favorite part of that scene?
I just like that Chyna is just like unapologetic. She's just
She
gonna
really
be like,
is.
I am me. I'm doing what I want to do, and I think that's gonna bring a lot of confidence to Rob for sure. Like, just her free spirit. She doesn't really care what the tabloids have to say. She does what she wants to do. So I thought that was pretty dope.
Yeah.
Maybe. Oh, go ahead.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I just thought it was weird. I was like, okay, Chyna, get your tongue pierced, like, do you, girl? But then you could tell going back to the twins, they were so comfortable with their bodies because one of them had her nipples healed, and she just ripped it right off. She said, okay, do them, like just it. I was like, okay, girl, you better flash your nipples, do you?
This is a little personal, but has anyone had their nipples pierced? Mm-mm. If anyone has. Watching this, I'm like pointing it with my pen. If any of you guys
Actually,
let us know if it hurts, because I've heard it hurt so bad. Actually, what?
I've done it. Yes, I have done it before.
Explain.
Honestly, it's just the worst pain, but it's just for that split second. Like you
Don't
really.
they put ice on it or no?
It's probably different
It
for
was
girls
years
too.
ago.
True,
like,
of course. It's definitely
yeah.
gonna be different.
I did this years ago, but
my
yeah,
God.
it was pretty wild. The pain was. I mean, it was just really quick, but. You know, I'm over that phase in my life.
I can't even think about that. But yeah, so moving on, Chyna was talking about, which I feel like we're going to see a lot of this season, how flaky Rob is. So, you know, he complains about his past and, you know, all the things that he's been dealing with, but he's not making it easier to feel sympathetic with him because he's so flaky.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's super flaky. And I don't know. I feel bad because it just goes to show that he wants to do better. But then as the moment comes up and I can't be mad at her for literally being upset. Like, literally, we're about to leave, and it's like, you have not only, like, are you not going, but you haven't been answering my calls. Like, can you, I mean, as women, we get emotional anyway, but I've never been pregnant. I know you've never been pregnant, as far
You
as
don't
I
know
know.
that. No,
As far as I know.
Hey.
No, I haven't.
As far as I know, so like, yeah, like I can't imagine like going through that emotional roller coaster and then having your man like that you really would love to have on your side on a huge gig to France. Who wouldn't want to go to France with their man? You have a balcony and, you know.
And like, I definitely want to hear from the guy's perspective, but let me just add on to, you know, a girl's perspective. A lot of guys, I mean, not all, but they think that like hormones aren't real. Like, I feel like a part of them is like, how come they're being such a bitch? Like, there's no way. Like, no, it's not possible. Like,
So
because
funny.
you guys have never had to deal with it, so you don't really think that it's real. Like I
Yeah.
said, not all guys.
Yeah.
But a lot of guys, like, I've dated them where they're just like, well, like, what? Like, it's just not real. And it's like, it is. And it's just very frustrating when guys don't understand
It's
that.
just your body's going through changes and you emotionally are like, oh, like I'm sick of like going from back and forth. It's just like if you're on a roller coaster. Eventually that crap gets annoying and you have a reaction to it. So yeah, like she's like technically having an emotional roller coaster right now, and then you can't have your man who you're supposed to be building this huge relationship with flaking out on you on these really important things in your life. Like, okay, maybe you know she's getting all this success and she wants to have her man to support her with all that success. Like, what good is being in love if you can't and being successful if you can't share it with the person that you love, you know?
I feel like when, you know, they first started dating, I mean, I felt like she kind of knew what she was getting into because he had been out of the limelight for so long.
Yeah.
But I
that's
feel
true.
like, you know, I think she's doing the best that she can. And I feel like that's why we're seeing a lot of up and down because, you know, you want to just go on about your relationship, but then on top of building your relationship, you're also building somebody back up. And I feel like it's double the work, but, you know, she has the patience to get through it, and I think they're definitely going to get through it.
But see, my thing is like she even asked her friend, she was like, how do you help a person get out of like insecurity and depression? I don't remember the exact quote of what she said, but it was along the lines of, how do I fix this? And I'm like, you can't fix anything if that person doesn't want to be fixed. She said, I want you to come home. I think you should come home. And he turned her down. He's like, I'm good, but I think we need our space. This is the last minute of space, you know?
Yeah.
In my perception, I'm just like, this is not the time for you guys to be apart. You guys have to really get used to being in the same environment together so that you can start to get this baby comfortable. Because when the baby comes out, it's going to feel that energy, you know?
Yeah.
And I don't know. I think about those things, you know?
Yeah.
I hope that, you know, they can get closer.
I just feel like it's hard because, you know, Rob is dealing with his depression and then Chyna's dealing with her pregnancy. So it's kind of like they both don't know exactly what's going on. Chyna's like, I just think you're flaking. In Rob's head, he's not really flaking. He's like, I'm depressed. I don't want to be seen. I don't want to, you know, talk with paparazzi. So it's kind of like she's going to have to really deal with, in a sense, two kids. She's dealing with her child and now she's dealing with Rob and his issues. So I see why, like, she would blow up. But I also feel like Rob does need to do a better understanding of caring and saying, okay, I know I'm going through my funk, but my girl does have hormones. And some guys really just, like Justine was saying, some guys really just don't know. Just like how some guys wouldn't know you changed your hair color until like 2 months later. He's probably not going to get it. Right. He's not going to see.
Do you guys think it goes back to the fact that, like, they got together so quickly? Because Scott did say, perhaps sarcastically, you guys got her knocked up after 2 weeks of knowing her. Technically, we found out in the previous episode that they did, you know, she was at Kim's wedding, so they clearly knew of each other, but you know, maybe didn't really start to get close until really recently. And if you guys have been watching the Kardashians, I remember the episode where Khloe was like, well, Rob was in my room and I opened the door, or in his bedroom in Khloe's house, and I opened the door and there they are on the bed. So clearly that was not the word, what's the word, not insemination obviously, but the day that the baby was conceived.
Sorry, I'm not trying to be rude. My ponytail just completely broke, and it's gonna. So I'm trying to very nonchalantly like find one. So I'm like,
you're so funny.
I'm listening. I promise.
Well, I know you're listening. Yeah, absolutely.
I was trying to like be like it's not happening, but I'm like, it's going to come out.
All I hear is your purse.
You guys,
I'm so sorry. Yeah, I was trying to nonchalantly do it and not be rude, but I was like,
that's why I was like,
my weave is gonna fall out if I don't get a ponytail. So I'm like,
well, honestly,
I'm sorry.
Well, I was trying to keep talking so you can finish and do what you need to do. Yes,
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to be rude, guys.
Yes, as you all can see, we are live.
This is a live show.
I'm so sorry. I'm
these
trying not to
things
be rude.
happen. This is perfect for your reel, by the way.
I don't think I have one.
This is real Justine right now.
All I kept thinking about was, she in church? Like, you know when you're in church, you just hear the ladies like candy and stuff.
Trying to turn that phone off on vibrate.
Hard. Like, I really, like, I was like, maybe they
all
won't
I hear
notice.
was, like, candy wrappers. I'm like,
Exactly.
Yeah, I have, like, literally a shitload of candy in here. Well, if you have an extra ponytail, let me know, because I
was like,
thought
this
I
is
put one
Sunday
in.
service, but come on, like, we not at church tonight. This
You got one?
late service.
Oh, no, it's okay.
in my purse, I do.
Oh my
All right, I'm
gosh.
gonna braid it. All right, guys, sorry.
So yeah, basically, no. Basically, what I was saying was that I just think that, like Khloe. Oh my gosh, what was the trailer?
Sorry, I know.
No, it's fine.
I feel so bad, guys.
No, it's
I'm
fine.
so sorry.
It's fine. It's improvising. We got this. We
Yes.
got this. We got this at AfterBuzz.
We are good.
Yes.
This would happen to me.
I mean,
Yeah.
basically, Rob is just trying to get back to his life, pretty much.
Yeah.
Like, that's what we were talking about, how, you know, when Khloe walked in on the two of them.
Exactly. So my thing is, like, you know, obviously it seems like that relationship kind of started so soon, and now they kind of have to rush getting to know each other to prepare for this baby. And I think that was revealed, like I was saying, in one of the Kardashian episodes where they were, you know, she caught them kind of having sex, and then Scott kind of reveals now that, you know, you knocked this girl up so recently after kind of getting to know her. And I don't know about y'all, but every story that I've heard of, like, hit it and quit it that ends up to be, oops, I did it.
Yeah.
Those are the ones that, you know, end up not having, you know, and there is no fantasy, you know, love story, but they don't always, you know, become so compatible so quickly, you know, after those sort of situations.
I was, like, in the show seeing, like, what the family had advice for Rob, and some of the things was, like, Chris was like, work on yourself. Scott was saying being comfortable with yourself is, like, what you need to do. So I think, you know, with Rob, just being comfortable with who you are and knowing that, you know, people are supporting you, focus on the positive things in your life, and who cares what people say. Like, you do you, you're, like, you know, you're doing amazing.
Right, and it's interesting because she said her friend, Chyna's friend, when they were in the kitchen, she was saying like maybe she was making some really good points, by the way. But one thing that she said was, you know, he finally gets the courage to go out, and of course the paparazzi post these pictures, which he doesn't feel good about. But she mentioned commentary where people are commenting negative things about his weight, which I've never seen, and I don't like make an effort to go read the comments, but I've never seen or heard of any people, bashing him for his weight. I think that people want to see him more, and we really do love and miss him, and we'll be accepting of that. And honestly, Andre Leon Talley is big, but he walks in confidence, and he's one of the biggest fashion moguls of our generation and generations before us, and he's a big guy. So I feel like if he can fall in love with who he is, you walk in confidence and it's fine, like he's got to build that himself though.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
We got a lot on that.
Yeah.
Let's get on to something a little more fun. I mean, maybe not as fun for Rob, but how do you Scott waking up Rob in the morning like screaming, and Rob was like, it's not a very pleasant thing to wake up to, especially because Scott's voice is so annoying. I'm so confused, like how is he able to do that? Does he have I don't understand, like what does Rob have set up where just Scott can like wake him up?
Well, you mean how did he get into the house to put the cameras up? I mean, put the speakers up?
I think she's saying like how does the device work, right?
Yeah, like was Scott outside?
I think he was at his house. Like somehow
That's what I'm
he
saying.
was doing it. Like,
I was so
through Bluetooth.
confused. I was like, where is he doing
Yeah,
this?
I think he had like something with the camera. It was kind of like Bluetooth connected.
Yeah.
Where he was able to like call in, but I think he was like at his house kicking it.
That was kind of a product placement. I think it was like Keen
Yeah.
or something. I was looking like, what brand? I've never seen that before, but that looked pretty cool.
The Kardashians,
yeah.
they're all about product placements.
Yes.
And did you guys hear? Actually, I'm going to save that for news and gossip.
Well,
Okay.
can I just add something? I wanted to say, in addition to the point that I was making, do you think that because of his weight, with the whole controversy, that the show will help people accept it more? Or do you think that, he's in fear that maybe with this show, people are not going to accept him as much because they're going to be seeing his weight more?
I think they're going to be more accepting for some reason. I just feel like when I was doing the Kate show, we broke down really people, they're really putting out themselves out there. So when you see it on TV, you're more accepting of it because you constantly see it. So I feel like people are going to definitely just catch on, like, it's not a big deal.
And there's
Like,
always going to be haters.
yeah, get over it.
It's true.
But
That's my opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
no, for sure. But I love Scott. I love that he's like kind of like a cast member.
Yeah, and he's like the little bit of comedy to kind of make it light and make it fun, and he's got a great way of just making good points, but also you can tell that he's trying to help Rob, but he's making light of the situation.
And me and Howard we're doing. I mean, we're still doing when it comes back to the Keeping Up with the Kardashians. And
October 23rd.
You know my obsession with Scott. Like, I always am like, I love Scott. Not saying I agree with everything he does, but he's just so entertaining. It's so funny and so hot.
I love him too.
So how about when the stylist drops by the fitting
Yeah.
and Chyna reveals like how insecure she is, because she puts up a front where she's like, I don't give a F, and like, I got this, I got that, my ass looks great. And then she was talking about how it makes her really insecure.
Yeah. See, it goes back to what you were saying, how she is unapologetic, but maybe it's the hormones. But I think that, I mean, just like any female, there's always going to be something that you look at yourself in the mirror and you're just like, ugh, I'm not too happy about it. But she said, and I think so too, just from seeing Chyna before, she did double in size in that derriere.
Do you think it's fake?
That's not right. Derriere?
Yeah, it's right.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I don't know why I thought it was
Derriere.
I don't know what's going on today. I'm sorry.
How is it for you guys when it comes to self-confidence? And because when everyone thinks of a girl, they're like, oh, they're so dramatic and they're so this and so that. And I mean, how is it for guys, would you say? At least for yourself.
Do you think that guys are just as insecure, but maybe not as open about it?
I think,
definitely.
yeah, I
Just
definitely
as
think
insecure?
So. Well, I think girls may have like 2 steps above because the girls, oh my hair, oh my gosh, my toenails. Well, guys are kind of like, okay, I put on maybe 5 pounds this week. Maybe I should hit the gym or
We're like 5 pounds. This guy I was dating, I asked him. He has such long lashes, and I was like, so. Would you care if you had no lashes? Like, would you care if you were really ugly? He goes, no. I was like, why? I look at myself in the mirror, I was like, I want to be pretty. Like, I don't understand.
Yeah, I think it's more of I would say, like, just the media or things you see on TV. Like, we always need to see women put together, put nicely, hair, makeup, all of that. Where with guys, like, we could just walk around in pretty much our underwear.
Because the pressure is not put as much on them.
Right.
That's basically.
But we still have insecurities. I mean,
yeah, definitely. I think, like, just, I don't know, looking on point is definitely, I feel like every guy's, I don't know, I could speak for me, but, like, just making sure you're going to the gym, taking care of your body, style. I feel like that's...
And girls grew up with dolls where we are constantly being taught about image, but then
I
also...
used to shave their heads.
You did?
Yeah.
Just right there, slipping away.
I thought it was so... Well, I'm a hairstylist, so I loved...
Yes.
Well, maybe not shave their head, but I'm a hairstylist, so I love cutting them. They look so bad, but, like, I was like, I was destined for that for a while.
Yeah. So it's kind of like we're growing up subconsciously thinking about image so much, but with guys, they don't, So, like, I don't have any brothers, and I'm wondering, did at least the moms or the dads or anybody in your family, or do you think, is it common for men to grow up with being taught, like, oh, this is cute on you, or, or is it just kind of something men have to naturally kind of figure out on their own?
I think it's some cross between two. I have 2 sisters, so it's just I've learned, I mean, I'm the one that's just...
Critiqued.
Yeah, I'm just critiqued, but I feel like it's a little bit of both. Yeah.
I definitely agree. I feel like, my mom always told me don't go out looking all crazy.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, they let you, like, I think parents still say you can look like a boy, but just don't look like, you're bumming it or something.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
some guys take it to a whole new level.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, I don't have a brother. I didn't grow up with a dad, so, like, I'm so used to girls, so I think that's why I have guy issues, because I don't know anything about them. But... I mean, it's all different. If there's guys watching this, like, let us know, because everyone is different. I'm not sitting here saying guys don't care. I don't know that. It's just, I think it's a stereotype. And tell me how annoying it is, girl, how annoying is it that guys getting ready? Like, I'll look at guys, because I do weddings and stuff, makeup for weddings, and they're like, an hour to go. Get up, wake up, take a shower, get ready, I'm ready. Girls are up like 10 hours before, and I'm like, and then when a guy,
there's so much details.
When a guy takes longer to get ready than a girl, I'm like, that one.
That's
Is that a problem for you?
Yeah, because it doesn't make any sense.
But it's almost like a double
time.
standard, because you want them to feel, but I'm saying, like, it's not fair, because you want them to, like, look groomed. Like, I'd be pissed if, like,
it's like, pick your battles.
But yes, but it's true. I'm the same way. It's crazy, but I'm the exact same girl where it's like, you shouldn't be taking longer than me. Yeah. But at the same time, I need to know if that took 10 hours to look that good. Yep. I'm happy with that.
Very true. Well, they were talking about how communication is key, and I think that that's pretty obvious. Of course, communication is key. I think this season... I think that it's going to be revolving around their communication and Rob's flakiness, because they go hand in hand. What do you guys think?
I feel like the baby is going to definitely change. Like, once the baby comes, I believe she's due in November? Or
November.
End of October?
Yeah, mid.
I feel like that we're really going to get to see a whole different side to Rob, because I feel like right now it's Rob in his head, and then half... thinking about his relationship in China. But I feel like once the baby comes and, the sisters, Kim, everybody's going to be so involved. I feel like that's going to completely change Rob. And we're going to see a growth.
And you have to, you're not about yourself anymore.
Yeah.
He seems excited about it.
And, Chyna's friend, we've got to remember her name. I forgot her
Paige.
name. Paige, thank you guys.
I'm rooting for Paige.
Thank you so much. Yes. Paige, she was talking about that as well, just about, you know, the support that he does not have. She was saying that he has a lack of support versus Chyna having so much support, which really blew my mind because I'm like,
Yeah.
I would think, I mean, and I think that I honestly feel like maybe she misunderstood because Chris is nothing but a support system all in one. I think those girls really, I mean, even Chloe, what was it, the last episode of the Kardashians where Chloe was like, I just wish he'd answer my phone call. She was so happy that he showed up at her birthday party. Like, they want to feel included. So I don't know where that lack of support was coming from, but it's very important to have support from both families.
I feel like she was talking mainly because she mentioned China dolls. I feel like the fan base. I feel like we don't really, because Rob has been so out of the loop, and I would love it if Rob came out with more product lines. Like, I've been rocking some Rob Kardashian shoes. Like, I feel like he doesn't have that support from fans, and I feel like that would probably boost him up a little
makes so
bit
much
more.
sense, yeah.
So I feel like that's
let's
what it
get
was.
on top of Kanye. We need like,
Yes.
let's have someone else.
Yeah,
Kanye's
yeah.
all over the place. Like, let's
Because-
move on.
Yeah.
Yeah, he has the sock line,
He has the
which
sock
was
line.
even
Still?
in Nordstrom's
Yeah.
or
Yes.
Neiman Marcus. Yeah. Chris
feel
got
like,
him
yeah.
like fully hooked up, but like he's not doing enough promotion either.
It's
Yeah.
because he keeps he just keeps taking off his Instagram.
That's what I was
the
gonna say.
problem. Like, stay on
I was like, you
your
have
social
millions
media.
of
Yeah.
followers.
Stuff on there.
If you don't post nothing else, you don't have to post yourself. Just post the socks for the day.
Exactly, or at least get people behind your assistant, your publicist, your mother, your manager. She should be on your Instagram.
That's
if
true.
you want to delete your
Just
personal
trust
stuff,
someone
that's
else to do
fine.
it, right?
Right, but
I
keep
think
the
once
business
he's
going.
ready, I think it'll start taking off again. Because, you know,
Sure.
he's going to definitely need the social media presence to build him up. And he has his sisters to promote anything that he's doing. So
Did you guys see Dancing with the Stars when he was on?
I did. Yeah.
I-
I wanted him to win.
Didn't he seem? I think he was a good dancer.
Mm-hmm.
He had always had good points, but he seemed happy as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, getting out there, you know, working on his weight and being active, whatever activity that you're doing, you know, I think that that's maybe something that hopefully in the future we'll see is that he realizes that being active will help his emotions, you know. Staying in the house is all you're going to do is go wake up. He said he's not even getting much sleep. Waking up, going to the mirror, doing the same thing every day, that's going to get depressing.
Well, let's get into some news and gossip, guys.
Yes.
Yeah.
Talking about some social media. News and gossip time. I wanted to get into, we're going to be seeing it in a couple months when, just coming up real fast, when the Kardashians come back. How about Kylie doesn't want to be famous, talking about Instagram and all that stuff. And we were saying, you know, we'll talk more about that when the show comes. But when we were sitting there, I was like, if you don't want to be famous, don't be getting photo shoots, don't be posting on Instagram. Like, come on.
Yeah, I don't believe that. Yeah, I don't. Now, I do believe that she doesn't want the amount of fame. I think she likes attention. I think there's a difference between attention and fame. I think the amount of fame she gets sick of, she's like, I don't remember ever going out. I don't remember a life without paparazzi or without camera. She's like, I literally, as a child, I don't remember anything before that. So I understand where she's like, I wish that I could just go to the mall like most people. That's something that I love about my childhood. I love that during Thanksgiving, I'm going to be able to, you know, possibly see my family and, you know, go shopping with them and go Blac, you know, experience the traditions that most families do. But she's not going to be able to do that because of her platform. Now, does she like attention? Absolutely. We all love taking selfies. We all love getting likes, you know. But yes, she could obviously tone it down if she really wants her fame to be lessened. And Rob has done it successfully. If that means that you just have heavy security and just are literally going ghost to the public, she has the power to do that. She's choosing not to do that. So it's like, if you really want it, you know you can make it happen, but you don't seem to be putting the effort out
Exactly.
there.
I think she is, like you were saying, she can make it happen where she doesn't have to be as famous. There's been plenty of stars. I'll just name, you know, Raven Simone.
yeah.
She was able to, she was, you know, child
Totally,
star,
yeah.
her own show, everything at the height of her career. Went ghost, and she was able to go to the mall, to the post office, be a regular person. If Kylie wants to just be kind of
so
in and
true.
out, she could do that.
It's
You
gonna
don't
be pretty
have to
hard.
let
Those
everybody know.
Kardashians are everywhere.
That's true, but she doesn't have to post everything. If she wants to go ghost, get off your little social media or stop telling us on Snapchat where you're at. You know what I mean? Like, you could do this. Don't have security, don't have a crew. Just be you, your best friend, Jordan.
Publicity,
But
publicity,
how old
publicity.
is she? She's only 18, right?
Yeah.
18, 19.
So yeah, I think she actually just turned 19. Like, as a 19-year-old, you don't understand. You know, I don't think she understands the capacity of
and
the
you
power.
like attention too.
Yeah, you have all this power. She may not even know the amount of power that she has.
What do you think about this?
I'm enjoying Kylie building her brand. So I think she's mainly, maybe she doesn't like the fame aspect of it, but I do see, her trying to build her brand and her empire, and I'm glad that there's somebody in the family that's doing that. Because, Kendall is doing her, Kendall's doing different things.
Right.
But she's doing her modeling career, and everybody's kind of doing their thing, but there's one person in the family that's building a brand aside from what they're doing. It's more just her thing.
Exactly.
So I do enjoy that side of Kylie.
So let me just get into the last news and gossip because we only got a few minutes here. I don't know if you guys have heard the Kardashians are actually being sued, or it's allegedly being sued because for product placement on their shows and on their Instagram, they're saying that it's like way too much overload. And yeah, they're being sued for that. What do you guys think?
Product placement of their own products?
Not even just their own products.
No,
like,
others.
you guys ever seen like the Sugar Bear hair? And like they just promote products and they get paid for that.
So why? Who's suing?
We don't know yet. That's why I at least if let us know if something new's coming out.
Yeah.
Please.
Because that's all I know about it now. Maybe, something's probably coming out about
I
it.
think that as long as the contract clears and the check clears, we good. What is the issue? They're getting paid to do this, and that is their profession. Are you hating? It depends on who's suing and why are they suing? Unless now if it's a breach of contract, then yes, they have a right to sue, and that's why people sue, because you're in breach of contract. But if the contract is clean,
I think it's a breach of contract, because we even saw on Rob and Chyna tonight. Chris had on her Puma. She made sure that got seen. We made sure we got the little
I
cameras.
didn't even see that.
Yes, so it is a lot of product placement, especially on the Kardashians. How they talk about, let's go on this family trip. I went through
That's
this
so
website.
true,
I went through that website.
Yeah, because it was
It's
so
a lot.
random with Scott. I didn't realize that was probably just a promotion.
Yeah.
Chris had it right. Puma. Kylie's with Puma. I mean, it's a smart business move.
Yeah.
But just know, okay, when this contract ends, then bring in Puma, and then when Puma ends, then bring in your like with Rob with the little drinks, the protein drinks. I saw the name on the protein drinks. That's money right there. I want to see what Rob is drinking. You know what I
So
mean?
before we wrap it up, what do you think about that?
I feel like, let them do whatever they want to do. If they're not breaking any contracts, if they're not doing anything, everybody's doing it on Instagram anyways.
Literally.
So, you get paid money to
Literally.
post things on Instagram. It's just another, story.
Right.
All right, guys, so we are out of time. We will be back next week, the same time, Sunday nights. We got a good season ahead of us. We forgot to mention our social medias when we first started, so let's get into that. You want to start off, Howard?
Hey everybody, I'm Howard III. You can find me on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, all that great stuff at Howard III. And of course, my website, howardthird.com.
You can follow me everywhere at Kalima Music Art Wisdom, Twitter at Lima Wisdom ENT, where pop culture meets wisdom.
What's up, everyone? I'm Thomas Orlina. You can find me at Thomas Orlina on my Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, and Facebook.
And you can find me everywhere except for Twitter. I'll get to that in a minute. At Let's Face It with Justine, and on Twitter, Let's Face It 33. I do makeup, I do hair, I do all that fun stuff. So definitely check it out. I'm posting all the time. But yeah, like I said.
See you next time. Comment, share, like, follow.
Yes, we love
Bye,
the
guys.
comments.
Have a good night.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
See you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.